My child, pause for a moment and breathe. Before your mind rushes ahead, before your thumb scrolls away, before the noise of the world snatches your attention, I want you to hear me clearly. This message found you because I allowed it to find you. Not because you are perfect, not because you have never doubted, but because you have been searching, sometimes loudly, sometimes quietly, sometimes with prayers, sometimes with tears you never admitted were prayers. And yes, I know the title caught your eyes. I know the way your curiosity leaned forward when you read, Elon Musk sent this personally, very few will read it. The world has trained you to pay attention when a famous name appears, when status speaks, when influence flashes like lightning across a screen. But listen to me, I am not here to worship a human name, and I am not here to pretend a private message from a man on earth is the source of your destiny. I am the source. I am the one who gives breath, who measures oceans, who sets time into motion and calls the stars by name. I can use anything to reach you, any headline, any phrase, any moment that makes you stop long enough to listen. So understand this, what you are reading is not a literal message from any person. It is a mirror I am holding up to your soul, a parable dressed in modern clothing, a doorway disguised as a notification. I allowed a familiar name to pull you closer so my voice could finally reach the place in you that has been waiting, aching, hoping, questioning. Very few will read it, yes, not because it is hidden, but because most are too distracted to finish what their spirit started. Most are too entertained to be transformed. Most are too busy chasing signals to recognize the source. But you, my child, you are still here. That means something. That means you are hungry for more than surface. That means you are ready for a deeper truth than trends. That means the part of you that I created is pushing through the fog and saying, I want what is real. Now listen. You have been living in a world that celebrates speed, innovation, and ambition. People build machines that learn, rockets that rise, networks that connect, systems that predict. And you've watched all of it. Sometimes inspired, sometimes intimidated, sometimes wondering why your own life feels slower than the world around you. You have asked yourself why progress seems to happen for everyone else while you are still wrestling with the same fears, the same delays, the same unfinished chapters. You have wondered if you are behind. You have wondered if you missed your moment. You have wondered if you waited too long, prayed too little, chose wrong, trusted the wrong people, stayed too long, left too soon. My child, I am not confused about you. Heaven is not guessing. I am not pacing in uncertainty, trying to decide if you are worthy of help. I formed you with intention. I placed gifts inside you before anyone clapped for you. I saw your life before you had language for it. And I have watched you carry pressures you never deserved, expectations you did not ask for, burdens you did not create. I have watched you become strong in ways you did not want to become strong. And I am speaking now because you are approaching a turning point, one of those rare moments where a single choice can reroute a whole future. This time will not come again in the same way. Not because I am cruel, but because seasons move. Doors open and close. Windows of opportunity come with assignments attached. When I say, open it quickly, I am not trying to make you panic. I am trying to make you present. I am trying to pull you out of delay, out of numbness, out of the habit of later. Later is the graveyard of miracles. Later is where callings go to sleep. Later is where people store their courage until it expires. So let me tell you what is happening beneath what you can see. There is a difference between being busy and being aligned. There is a difference between working hard and moving forward. There is a difference between wanting something and being ready to hold it. You have been busy. You have been trying. You have been surviving. And yet there has been a quiet frustration in you, because part of you knows you were made for more than merely enduring the days. My child, I did not place you on earth to simply consume content and die tired. I created you to carry light. I created you to build, to heal, to love, to create, to lead, to restore. I created you to become. But the enemy of your becoming has not always been your weakness. Sometimes it has been your distraction. Sometimes it has been your fear of being seen. Sometimes it has been the voices that convinced you that you must wait until you are perfect before you begin. Hear me, perfection is not the entry fee for purpose. Obedience is. Courage is. Humility is. Faith is. And faith is not just believing that I can do something. Faith is agreeing with me enough to move when I speak. That is why I am speaking now. The world loves famous senders. The world loves exclusive messages. The world loves the feeling of being chosen. And I will use that hunger in you, not to shame you, but to redirect you. Because you have always wanted to be chosen, haven't you? You have always wanted to feel like someone saw you, picked you, valued you. You have always wanted confirmation that your life is not random. My child, I chose you before any human ever liked you, followed you, promoted you, or celebrated you. I chose you before you had a resume. I chose you before you had confidence. I chose you when you were still hidden. And now I am calling you out of hiding. You have been waiting for a sign, and I am giving you one. You are not reading this by accident. The fact that you stopped, the fact that you are still here, the fact that something in you feels both exposed and comforted, that is my spirit touching your spirit. That is me saying, come closer. This is for you. Now let's talk about the surprise you have been craving. You think the surprise is only money, or a job, or a message from a person you miss, or a sudden opportunity, or a dramatic turnaround that makes everyone apologize. I can do all of those things, and yes, I bless people in practical ways. I open doors. I provide. I heal. I restore. I rearrange circumstances like furniture in a room. But the greatest surprise I am bringing you is not just what changes around you. It is what changes within you. Because you have been living beneath your level. You have been shrinking to fit into spaces that were never designed for you. You have been explaining yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. You have been dimming your fire because you were tired of being called too much. My child, you are not too much. You are just not for everyone. And the miracle I am sending is not only a gift. It is a permission. It is a release. It is a new internal code written into your soul. You are allowed to grow. You are allowed to outgrow who you used to be. You are allowed to outgrow what hurt you. You are allowed to outgrow the version of you that stayed quiet to keep peace. You are allowed to outgrow survival. I am calling you into a season where your yes will matter more than your fear. A season where your discipline will unlock doors your talent could not. A season where what you do consistently will be more powerful than what you do occasionally. Now listen carefully. There is a reason very few will read it. Most people want prophecy without process. Most people want fruit without roots. Most people want glory without growth. Most people want the platform but not the private pain that prepares a person to stand on it. But you have been through preparation. You have had nights where you felt alone. You have had days where you felt misunderstood. You have had moments where you questioned everything. And you kept going anyway. Even if you kept going with trembling hands. Even if you kept going with a broken heart. Even if you kept going with half a hope. That counts in heaven. I count what you do in secret. I count the tears you wipe before anyone sees. I count the times you choose kindness when you could choose bitterness. I count the times you keep your integrity when compromise would be easier. And now, my child, the season is shifting. I am not asking you to pretend everything is fine. I am not asking you to deny pain. I am not asking you to perform spirituality like a mask. I am asking you to trust me enough to take the next step while you are still healing. Because the miracle is already moving. There are conversations happening right now that involve your name. There are decisions being made that will affect you. There are doors quietly unlocking. There are delays that were protecting you, and now the protection has done its job. There are people who could not handle the weight of your future, and I removed them not to punish you, but to preserve you. You thought you were being rejected, but you were being redirected. You thought you were being forgotten, but you were being formed. You thought nothing was happening, but I was building structure beneath the surface. Do you know what makes rockets rise? It is not the applause. It is not the camera. It is not the countdown. It is the pressure. The controlled force. The intentional burn. My child, you have been in the burn. And now you are about to lift. But I must warn you, elevation requires focus. When I bring you higher, distractions will look smaller, but they will still try to pull you. Old habits will call you. Old comforts will whisper. Old fears will offer you familiar cages. Do not return to cages just because you recognize the bars. This is where, open it quickly, becomes spiritual. Open your heart quickly, before doubt talks you out of faith. Open your hands quickly, before you cling to what I am trying to remove. Open your schedule quickly, before busyness steals your assignment. Open your mouth quickly, before silence becomes disobedience. Because here is the truth, you have a gift the world needs, and the world cannot receive what you refuse to release. You have been waiting to feel ready. I am telling you, readiness is not a feeling. Readiness is a decision. You decide to show up. You decide to learn. You decide to practice. You decide to begin again. And I am sending you a surprise that will meet you in motion, not in hiding. Now let's talk about the kind of miracle that is coming. Sometimes I do instant miracles, sudden healings, immediate breakthroughs, unexpected provision. And sometimes I do layered miracles, small shifts that compound, doors that open in sequence, relationships that align step by step, wisdom that arrives like dawn rather than lightning. The miracle I am sending into your life now has both. It will have sudden moments that shock you, and it will have steady changes that stabilize you. It will come with clarity. It will come with peace. It will come with new courage. It will come with a sense of, I can breathe again. And yes, I will also touch the practical needs you have been carrying. Where you have been lacking, I will provide. Where you have been confused, I will guide. Where you have been wounded, I will heal. Where you have been delayed, I will accelerate. Where you have been overlooked, I will reveal. But listen. When the blessing comes, do not rush to prove anything to anyone. Do not run to announce it to those who doubted you. Do not waste your miracle trying to win validation. Your peace will be your evidence. Your stability will be your testimony. Your consistency will be your announcement. Some people will only notice you when you shine, but I noticed you when you were dim and still trying. I noticed you when you were tired and still praying. I noticed you when you were disappointed and still kind. Now I want you to notice me. Because you have been surrounded by information, but starving for wisdom. You have been surrounded by entertainment, but thirsty for meaning. You have been surrounded by connection, but longing for intimacy. My child, I am not a brand. I am not a trend. I am not a concept. I am not an emergency contact you call only when you are desperate. I am your Father. I am your Creator. I am the one who knows you fully and still loves you completely. And I am inviting you into a deeper life than you have been living. A life where you do not wake up anxious. A life where you do not measure your worth by someone else's timeline. A life where you do not abandon yourself to keep others comfortable. A life where you hear my voice clearly enough to say no without guilt and yes without fear. Now hear the instruction I am placing in your spirit. Stop negotiating with what I already told you. You have been revisiting decisions I asked you to make. You have been reopening doors I closed. You have been romanticizing places I delivered you from. You have been calling it hope when it is actually attachment. Let go. Not because you are losing, but because you are making room. When you hold on to what is familiar, your hands are too full to receive what is promised. My child, I am bringing you into a new circle. New relationships. New connections. New alignments. New ideas. New favor. But you must be willing to release the old story. You are not the person who got left behind. You are not the person who always struggles. You are not the person who never gets chosen. You are not the person who keeps failing. You are the person I am rebuilding. And rebuilding is not pretty in the middle. It looks like rubble before it looks like refuge. It looks like dust before it looks like design. It looks like uncertainty before it looks like direction. So if you are in the middle, do not judge my work by what it looks like right now. Now, let me speak to the part of you that is tired. You are tired of waiting. Tired of trying to be strong. Tired of starting over. Tired of being the one who holds everything together. Tired of smiling when you want to collapse. Come closer. I do not shame you for being tired. I do not call you weak for needing rest. Even I commanded rest into creation, not because work is evil, but because you are not a machine. You are a soul. So here is my gift to you right now. Permission to pause without quitting. Rest without guilt. Breathe without fear. Step back without losing faith. I am not asking you to sprint in your own strength. I am asking you to walk with me. And as you walk, I will show you what to do next. Because the next step is not as complicated as you've been making it. The enemy has been overwhelming you with too many options, too many worries, too many what-ifs. But my voice is simpler. My voice is clearer. My voice brings peace even when it brings correction. So here is the clarity. Choose what strengthens your spirit. Release what drains your soul. Commit to what aligns with your purpose. Stop feeding what is killing your focus. And yes, my child, some of what is killing your focus is not sinful. It is just excessive. It is too much noise. Too many opinions. Too much scrolling. Too much comparison. Too many half-finished things. The miracle coming requires a vessel with room. Make room. Clean your inner house. Forgive who hurt you, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve freedom. Bless those who left, not because you approve, but because you refuse to carry poison. Close the chapters one closed. Stop rehearsing pain as if repeating it will heal it. It will not. Only my presence heals. Only my truth restores. Only my love makes you whole. Now, about that personal feeling. The title made it feel like a message meant for a select few. Let that awaken you to a spiritual truth: your life is not mass-produced. I do not copy-paste souls. I do not duplicate destinies. I do not create you like a random product on an assembly line. I know your name. I know your history. I know your scars. I know the prayers you could not finish. I know the moments you didn't tell anyone about. I know the choices you regret. I know the parts of you you hide. And I am not disgusted by you. I am not disappointed in you. I am not looking for a reason to abandon you. I am calling you home. Home is not just a place. Home is a state of being where you stop running from love. Home is where you stop performing and start receiving. Home is where you let me be God and let yourself be held. So if you feel emotion rising while reading this, do not shut it down. Let it flow. Tears are not failure, they are release. Tears are the body's way of unclenching what the soul has been holding. Let it go. Now, I will speak one more urgent thing, because urgency does not always mean danger. Sometimes urgency means destiny is near. There is an opening coming. A chance. An invitation. A shift in your routine. A moment where you will feel a nudge to do something different, send a message, apply for something, start something, stop something, walk away, show up, speak up, tell the truth, set the boundary, make the call, write the plan, take the class, commit to the habit. When that nudge comes, do not overthink it. Overthinking is often fear wearing the mask of wisdom. If it aligns with my peace, move. If it aligns with integrity, move. If it aligns with growth, move. You don't need to see 10 steps ahead. You only need to trust me with one. And when you take that step, you will look back and realize it was the step that changed everything. My child, I am with you. Not as a distant concept, but as a present father. Not as a cold judge, but as a loving guide. Not as a temporary solution, but as your constant refuge. You are safe. You are seen. You are loved. You are being led. And the surprise? It is not just coming. In many ways, it has already begun, because the greatest shift starts inside you, the moment you decide to believe me again. So open it quickly. Open your heart quickly. Open your faith quickly. Open your hands quickly. Open your life quickly. Do not let this moment pass like all the others where you felt something holy and then drowned it in noise. Stay here a little longer. Whisper to me right now, even if it's simple. Even if it's messy. Even if it's just, God, help me. I will. And when the miracle unfolds, whether it arrives like lightning or like sunrise, you will know it was me. Not because it will glorify a human name. Not because it will make you feel superior. But because it will bring you peace you didn't manufacture, strength you didn't force, and joy that makes no sense except that heaven touched your life. Very few will read this to the end. Very few will take it seriously. Very few will respond with obedience instead of emotion. But you are still here. So I am still speaking. And I am not finished with you. I need to be honest with you before you read another line. This is a fictional, inspirational message written in a dramatic, God says / this message is for you style. It is not actually from Elon Musk, and I can't claim any real person sent you something personally. What I can do is give you the same emotional, high-impact, faith-forward experience you're asking for, words that feel urgent, motivating, and blessed, without pretending it's genuinely from him. Now read slowly, because this is for you. My child, you didn't open this by accident. You didn't land here because you were bored. You didn't see these words because time had nothing better to do. You are here because your spirit has been asking questions that your mouth hasn't had the courage to say out loud. You are here because you have been carrying a weight that looks invisible to everyone else, but heaven has counted every ounce of it. You are here because you have been strong for so long that you forgot what it feels like to be held. If you believe me, type Amen.